One love, Delta 9 travelers. Welcome in to the International Digital Connection right here on Delta 9 Media. Big up to all the frequent travelers who are live with us from the early, all the moderators that are live with us right now in the building. If you can hear me, and you can hear me clearly right now, we're boarding. The international connection is loading up. And if you can hear me, drop a 9 into the comment section. Big up to Carlisle. Shalom, shalom, bro. Thanks for being a part of the live presentation. Marcia, thanks for being a part of this live presentation. We're live right here on a Wednesday. Delta 9 Media. Big up to all the travelers. As you come in, Delta 9 travelers, drop a 9 into the comment section for me and thumbs up the live. Thumbs up the live. If you can hear me and you can hear me clearly, drop a 9 in the comment section for me. Big up to everyone that's in the live presentation right now. We got so many headlines to update one another right here in this presentation. So many headlines, so many headlines. I'm telling you. What's going on your side of the globe? It's a sunny summer day in the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania. Tuning in right now to everything that's going on with the world and these headlines as well that we're about to update one another with. A lot of things trending, a lot of important conversations for us to jump into, right? We all got for the that Brazil game. Brazil don't stick one in them. Under 10 minutes, they don't get 1-0 in them. So it don't seem as if Brazil is gonna make sure that they continue to dominate and they win this particular match that's going on right now. But you never know, we're gonna be updating you because the match started at 6 and we're live right here with you. And listen, Dr. Todd is asking this, and this is some of the headlines that we're going to be getting into right here live with Delta 9 Media.
I want you to ask yourself the most interrogating question. Am I really building this nation by remaining silent? Or am I, by my silence, crippling the longevity, the sustainability, and the profitability of this beautiful nation for future generations because I fail to act?
I'm telling you, big questions coming in from Dr. Todd, and we're going to expound upon that bit of information that you just heard right there coming in from the doctor. You got some more insights coming behind us, so make sure you stay tuned to get those updates.
What's your problem?
Did I disrespectful?
What is your problem? What's your problem?
Did I disrespectful?
What is your What's your problem?
Did I disrespectful?
What is your problem, sir? Please have some manners.
Tell your people and tell your manners. Don't come and call
Huh?
people here.
You behaving at a rate all the time.
You having your people.
Go and carry on and do your lappy dog work. That's what you gotta do.
Yeah, that was you.
I'm telling you, developments on the ground between the opposition leader and persons who come out to represent their political party. Listen, we got those updates live right here, and you're going to get a chance to give your views about the behavior of certain persons. We want to hear from you if you think that is acceptable and what's really going on the ground as it relates to the way that persons are interacting with our MPs, with the persons that we put in places of power to represent the people. Because remember, when you're disrespecting them, you're disrespecting the nation as well. So we're gonna analyze what's going on with that, among other headlines. Listen, we got a jam-packed live presentation because we'll be hearing from none other than the Attorney General as well, giving us insights about what's going on with the Gold Scholarship, because it seems like this Gold Scholarship is proof, or it might be an inkling about what's to come for certain persons. I think Gold might be showing we that a certain person might be going to Team Red. What y'all think? We're going to analyze it in this live.
Today, I see Darren Wade graduating. That shows how successful we have been in our efforts to go out there and publicly persuade that can tell their supporters not to accept an education. You have to be retarded as a political leader. You have to be demonic. You have to be destructive.
Those among other headlines that we're definitely going to be updating you with right here on Delta 9 Media. Live with you on a Wednesday. And you know it's a Wisdom Wednesdays. So on Wisdom Wednesdays, we usually take the connection. We take the flight to a whole different altitude and we get into all kind of elevated levels of information. So big up yourself. On your way in, drop them nines in the comment section. Thumbs up the live, because a number of persons are definitely going to be needing these updates in their timeline. So make sure that persons are able to see it, share it if you can, and make sure that you are part of Team Delta. Let me make sure that I put up the barcode, the membership barcode, for all the members that would like to rejoin the membership, and for all the new persons that would like to be a part of the membership. Listen, persons have been requesting opportunities to be a part of the membership right here on Delta 9 Media, and this is the barcode that helps you to navigate to the membership page. There you go, the barcode is right at the top of the screen. And we're going to be opening with this headline right here. A brother from Cuba asking for your help, for the help of everyone on social media at large, to aid in bringing this person home safely. Let's hear.
We need your help to find Aileen. She is a Cuban girl. She has been missing since last Thursday. Last time she was seen was in Lusignan Thursday morning. If you have anything, if you know anything, please come forward and help us. Call the numbers in the screen, go to the police, share this video. We need your help to find her. Her family is broken by grief right now. So please, any help will be appreciated. Thank you. Hey Guyana, we need your help to find Aileen. She is a Cuban girl. She has been missing since last Thursday. Last time she was seen was in Lusignan Thursday morning. If you have anything, if you know anything, please come forward and help us. Call the numbers in the screen, go to the police, share this video. We need your help to find her. Her family is broken by grief right now. So please, any help will be appreciated. Thank you.
You heard the message, and the number is up on the screen, right? Urgent. Persons are missing and their loved ones are seeking their safe and speedy return, and any assistance that will lead to that resolution as well. Because listen, man, we know just how treacherous these streets can be. So when you see persons reaching out, international as well, they might not know the terrain as well as regular persons in Guyana. So you could only imagine just how much more complicated this situation could become. You've seen the number on the screen and you had a chance to see her picture as well. He is requesting some assistance in bringing her home safely. So if you have any information, please and thank you. Please and thank you. As we get into these headlines right now, with the leader of the opposition, Honorable Mr. Mohamed, who was out and about recently in region number 5, I believe. And these were some of the implications that he had to deal with. Big up to all the travelers in the chat right now. I see the legal alien touchdown in the live. Big up yourself. Jeffrey, we're going on. Good afternoon to Delta 9 family. Big up yourself. Every single time, Jeffrey. Thanks for being a part of the live. All right. Who else is live with us? Brenda, one love every single time. Thanks for tuning in and being a part of this live presentation. Janet, big up yourself. Janet is saying big up to the entire Delta 9 family. Bobby, we're going on. Thanks for tuning into the live. All right. Going on. So, we're going to be getting into these headlines coming in from the leader of the opposition.
A natural way to stay ready, baby. 'Cause I'm ready for you, Mr. C.
The ultimate male supplement, men's total wellness formula, packed with essential nutrients for men's health.
She'll call you Mr. C.
Just a little bit of turbulence. Seems like we were going through the Bermuda Triangle. I'm telling you. Nonetheless, the flight must continue. This international connection must move forward. We're going to get these details coming in right now.
So what's all the confrontation about? What's the confrontation about? We're here to assist our fellow brothers. You can join us too. Right? We're here to distribute flood relief. Oh, what's the problem? Right? What's the problem with them really?
Hey, you could lie, by. Big man, you could lie. Big man, you could lie. Big man,
Have a fight then. That's right.
The people all who house big, then I get flood relief.
Granada? Yeah, that's true. We're good. That's right.
Auntie, what's the problem? Why they giving me such a hard time to come in here? What's the problem?
Sir, nobody not here, baby, sir. Sir, me and you. Sir, me and you. Right? Ah, Jay. You see? This one here, Rican, right? Shafiq Mohamed, right? Me and Mohamed's content, me upon it so much. Me and Mohamed,
you're right.
Upon it so much. You don't need to go so much. I see that.
Yeah, don't let it pack. Overpack, yeah. Yeah, ma'am. Anything you gotta say? Just now, you were, stopping us from entering here to assist our fellow brothers and sisters. Anything you gotta say in the life? Huh? I'm not harassing anyone. Do you have a problem with me coming in here to assist people? Yes. Okay.
Without permission.
This place, but I'm happy. Leave me. Let me distribute in peace. Let me distribute in peace. No problem. Right? So please allow me. Let me do my part. Appreciate it.
We don't give them.
Right? Anything else you gotta say?
We don't give people.
Okay.
We don't give people posts on Facebook.
They're so ignorant, huh?
Nobody bother your phone. You gotta do partner. Stand up for this country. God bless you and stand up for this country. I'm from New York. I just come check up over, man. Right?
Yeah. Since we turn on the live, they're gone quiet now, silent.
I can't see why they would have a problem with persons being out there helping out, distributing aid to those that are in need, right? But there's more, there's more developments because this situation got from 0 to 100 and it went really, really quick. And we're going to get some more of these details from the ground with the Honorable Opposition Leader out doing the work of the people and having to deal with all of these hurdles right here. Do you see some more going on?
Oh, you're on live?
Yeah.
Nice.
Can you put this on in this one? Yeah, put in this one. Yeah.
Yes, sir. Start from front. What can I understand? The journalists are supposed to start from back to the water. Where here? Well, I'm supposed to start
in the middle, from the ribs. I want the water to catch it. You understand? We ain't want to hear nothing with PPP and EP and your win. We come here for one purpose, to share out things to people that underwater. That's all. And y'all turn up here to behave, ignorant. That's all we want. Thank you for that. Leave us in peace. Leave us. Leave us. Let we do our thing, right? Let me do our distribution.
You start first with the man, you know. PVP and you start first with the man.
Only when you come, Mohamed, then they start sharing.
We all know that. All right.
Where do? Black up me poker.
Brother, we put stem.
Black up me poker that needs last was $1 million. Over $1 million me last.
Yeah.
16 pump in the benefit me on. You black this hook.
In this whole area.
The 16 body no there, yeah. The 16 body benefit. Let me tell you. 100% people live a
individual.
This was 100% people live a bike. And 75% a benefit.
Right? It's the community.
And the poor people never stay
every
poor.
home we visit at this food hamper. Go to the hamper and pay them. Right?
In this market season, all both can just have to stop.
Well, go on, go here, stop it.
You tell me what contract you want to track them from.
Mohamed had contract too.
What contract we had, boy? Think before you talk. Think before you talk.
You're spending on we get contract.
Yeah. Think before you talk. Think before you talk.
That's what he said. You can drive your boat slow. But people who live here can't drive them boat slow. People who make business here,
I come in here for over 15 years.
Then I care about who get blocked down here.
You got 3 men at the bar too. Say the name.
Who do you know?
You're fucking asshole.
What am really, man? What am really? What's your problem, buddy?
Fuck out.
Huh? What's your problem? What is your problem, sir? Please have some manners.
Tell your people and tell your manners. Don't come and
Huh?
people here.
You behaving at the rate all the time.
You having your people.
Go and carry on and do your lumpy dog work. That's what you got to.
Why you gotta cuss up and go on like that? Why you gotta carry on like that? I'm telling you, it's unity or else, you know. More of the same. Is unity or more of the same. As we can see, it's not a year yet because we still got a couple of months before September 1st, right? Louis says September 3rd, 4th or 5th, whenever the results might have came in. And look at what's going on the ground. Every day there's new things to highlight about the oppression, about the situations that persons are facing. Unity or else more of the same, buddy. If you haven't already, Delta 9 travelers, almost 200 persons live with us. It costs you nothing to hit that thumbs up button and help to share this live in the algorithm. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.
That was you at one time.
And stop from the one. All me to dog now. All the PPP who get benefit of forever. Who can work forever.
Exactly.
Who can work
I agree with you.
Yo, who want me to help you back that one worker? Who can thousand of no dog go? Chapman say I be house, KP say I be house big.
Hey, I see how disrespectful is for cussing up people, eh? Huh?
No,
He bring people
Stop using decent language, sir. Stop using decent language, right? Right? You're behaving at the rate. What is your problem?
You can't get your people coming and cuss people.
It's so the corruption money got you?
Respect. You as the opposition. You as the
Money got
opposition.
you bad, I tell you.
You cussing people here. Don't do that. Don't come and
Stop here to stop you with your lies, right? Good.
You and your people and stop it.
Crazy times on the ground, Delta 9 travelers. And the poll is in the live. Drop your vote and share your views about that question that's in the poll right now. Do you respect the way that this person is interacting, this activist is interacting with the opposition leader? Let me move this so you can get a chance to. see. Do you respect the actions taken by the activists against the opposition leader? No, they crossed the line. Most persons are saying, listen, they crossed the line, buddy. Right? Majority of persons, 50% of persons are saying they crossed the line. 12% is saying, yes, indeed. Yes, it needed to be done. Right? And 38% is undecided. Both of them are wrong. I'm telling you. Big up to all the travelers right now in the chat. Everybody that's dropping their votes in the live. Do you respect the actions taken against the opposition leader? Yes. It needed to be done. No. They crossed the line. Or undecided. Both of them are wrong. Drop your views via your vote in the live right now. Let me jump back into what's going on the ground so we could suss out these details and analyze what's taking place, you know.
He didn't people them go, no, you didn't hear. You didn't hear. That man that he has with him.
It's like a little child.
Come.
Stop with that behavior, right? Stop with the behavior.
I don't bring these to the home with man.
Take it. Having the opposition leader coming here and cussing up people. Having people cussing up people. How you all want to allow that? Why am I sharing that?
The box sister, right? The boy go move it away.
I want to say something on the line.
Yes.
Because if you go in power, then you lose all the wealth and get to
That's he's the chairman? Who's the chairman?
What is the chairman?
Oh, which one of the guys? This is a chairman? He's not fit to hold those positions.
I'm going on like that.
With that behavior? Oh my. Oh my.
Yeah, but this is not fit.
Wow.
Right, let me tell you, the man going the wrong talking shares stupidness. He doesn't know anything.
Alright, let back this, Let back this. In can. Let back down. Yeah. Could always come back. The box is gonna come out though.
The back them by?
Yeah.
The back them gonna come.
Go in here. Yeah.
Put them here, good.
Yeah.
Or put them right in it. That one, eh? Yeah. Oh, then that would big. You not frightened, have you know about it?
Oh, okay. Huh? What wrong with these chap, uncle?
Them start the question.
Them get you confused.
them corrupt this whole place.
Yes, I corrupt this whole thing.
Why you think them are corrupted now?
Gosh, we come in here peaceful. Look at the behavior of the regional chair. You know, the REO. Oh my gosh. Terrible. But you hear me cause anybody? So they never come. They never come.
The pressure is real when you could see persons coming out. Right? In these areas, highlighting these issues in the manner that they're highlighting it. Because you know that it's not a normal thing when you see persons of Indo ethnicity coming out protesting against the PPP. You know, things are going from bad to worse when you see things like this going on. I don't know if there got any person from the PPP right now on the live, but you might have a view or an angle or an aspect to what's going on right here that would help to clarify from your political perspective what's really taking place right here, right? Because this is looking bad. And then the way that persons are conducting themselves when you're addressing certain persons, regardless of age or how you feel about the person being in the area, the person is doing their job. And we're referring to the leader of the opposition, right? So, because of the office, you got to conduct yourself in a particular manner. You can't come out and if you don't agree with what's going on, you cussing up and going on. That's not how you do it. Because guess what? The same way we would go to other parts of the world and regardless of war, you're not going to operate like that. When you see high-ranking political officials around, you're not going to go on like that. Because you're going to done calculating, hey, their mom might deal with me in a particular manner. But somehow we feel that, that's the way to carry on in Guyana. And for what? Let me see some more of these details.
Auntie, I come in this morning and all of them torn up here. For what? What's the problem?
If they come and share something, you accept. If somebody else come and share something, you accept. Because why the reason that you're in disaster? You're in disaster. What me got to go? No.
We want about all the cows and what they're out and so. Yeah.
We not fight for nothing. Let right be right. That's what we fight.
That's right. That's right.
All the contract are passing and all the budget are passing. Look around you. Let it make sense. It does not make sense what they do and what we have. No. Let me tell you, billions of dollars pass and look at the road we got.
Yeah. Imagine we they quiet and they turn up here to cause a confusion.
They will never run from for share the land.
Yeah.
Why do you think we are your side? Because we know them there for the corruption. They want corrupt you. That's why right now we there fight you because them turn up before you come and I try to swear we.
Yeah.
Yeah, they come and talk to me already.
Keep shut them, man. Let me go, boy. Yo, let me go. Where with those guys? Let me go. Yeah.
Why you walking?
You see this man moving from yesterday, and that's how they know you're coming in, and they start set up.
The sea, yeah. Yeah.
That's what we're doing. Oh, seriously, I can't get it through.
No, Mr. Mohamed, serious. When election come 6 months in front, them come. Then they know your name and they want to see your ID. Otherwise, they don't know you. They don't know you. Before that, no. When election come, they want your ID, they want your name. See this spell right.
Me don't tell them, me not vote for them now.
Exactly.
Election time, they know you.
When you got these conditions, studying and down to sun, it benefits them.
Yes,
that is where they get their friends and their colleagues.
That's crazy.
Everybody
exactly.
Little boat to then get to work, right? And then you gotta get license for. They must write 300 and 400 on the river, and we gotta get license for paddle creole.
Give me a big fish, now you minister that he pack it up full, everybody got to take a license for drive boat to go to farm, and man tell me that one. They're not for use people.
That's oppression, bro.
We can get it? And I will drive up and down and drive. I have 9 and 10 years when I have this land for drive. I will live at Joe Hook, Mahika Creek. And now,
me live a little by a boo, my
43 years since me married and come a big by a boo. and never get a complaint yet for driving a boat and engine and from 120 or 160 or 200 we can handle. Yes.
And then this lady powerful. Sir. That's fair, you know. That's fair, you know.
Where they living? Oh, we going by all them? Yeah, right. By there. So we going by all them. This auntie live over that side. So I be sure to give she one time. Yeah, take one from the boat. Right? What? Hey, run. Yeah. The back thing now you got it. Take one. Yeah.
What are your views, Delta 9 travelers? Call it in. The hotline number is on the screen scrolling right now. Persons coming out and voicing their opinions about the situations that they gotta face, the things that, you know, they gotta deal with. The fact that, listen, they know but no relief unless the opposition leader allegedly comes in, and then persons are coming out. And we would have seen the confrontation that took place before. Listen, there's so many things. There's so many things that we got to make sure that we keep in our mind, stay focused on, because we can't continue to make this mistake. We cannot continue to make these mistakes. Y'all ain't seen as we're going on. Y'all ain't seen as we're going on. It's all across the board. Persons are crying out in one of the wealthiest nations in the world. How is that even possible? Huh? If you got persons in the positions of power that should be creating situations where that shouldn't be a reality. You know, shouldn't be a reality. Big up to all the travelers right now in the chat. I see quite a number of persons would have dropped some comments right there. You see, the conversation right now is all about unity or else.
Well, Guyanese brothers and sisters, both at home and in the diaspora, it seems like Mr. Azadi Mohamed and Mr. R.B. Norton still can't find common ground on nothing. It seems like they haven't figured out that they have a common interest and they are united and are brothers in purpose. They don't realize that they are about to make the same mistakes that they made last election, of thinking that they by themselves could cause any harm or cause the PPP any trouble in these elections. Now, mind you, Mr. Azadi Mohamed and Mr. R.B. Norton, the PPP, the party itself, the ministers of the PPP are about to become richer than ever. And as you guys know, there are a lot of desperate, starving people in Guyana that do not know that these people are getting rich off of their backs, and because they are disunited and because they're sitting silent and not fighting for the right. So these ministers and the PPP government, they can easily continue to build their numbers because they're going to use the people's desperation and the poverty against them. And you see, especially if you two men in your party can't find common ground and find a way to work together for the interests of the people and show the Guyanese people, along with your followers and your supporters, that you guys can put resentment and reservations to the side when it comes to working together for the people, and even try to encourage your supporters to work with each other, you guys are going to come to realize that you guys are going to have a more miserable last than you had in the last election. But let's read some of this article, guys. This is a Guyana News Source article from the 16th of June. Chairman of the APNU and PNC Reform Leader R.B. Norton has shut down a request by the leader of the opposition, Azadi Mohamed, for consultation to take place for new opposition nominees to be appointed to the Guyana Elections Commission, GCOM. In a letter dated the 10th of June 2026, the opposition leader said there is an ever-increasing need for 3 new commissioners of the Election Commission to be appointed under Article 161(3)(b) of the Constitution. As he underscored the need for the opposition-nominated commissioners to receive the full confidence of the main parliamentary opposition we invest in nationhood. But in a brief interview with News Source, Mr. Norton said 7-member Guyana Election Commission remains fully constituted and there is nothing to consult on. Azadi Mohamed is saying that he wants the full confidence of the commissioners, meaning he wants people that he trusts, that his party elects to represent their side, the opposition side. And that is right, that is understandable, Mr. Azadi Mohamed. But on Norton's side, Mr. Norton is saying that it's constitutional that they remain there. They said that the senior counsel Ram Karan would have explained that in the past, the Constitution established a clear term limit for the Elections Commission. And however, changes to the Constitution in 2001 saw the removal of the clause that provided for the commissioners to vacate their post after elections, based on the recommendation put forward by the Carter Center. What needs to be said and understood, right, is that the 3 opposition-nominated commissioners, Vincent Alexander, Charles Corbin, and Desmond Trotman, according to the amendments made in 2001, they do not have to remove from the office. The best thing to do is for these men to sit down together and figure out how you guys are going to, how you can get around it another way, right? There are reforms being made. The international observers made recommendations for reforms of the commission. In the reforms, what needs to be placed there, what needs to be tabled by the We Invest in Nationhood Party and needs to be backed by the APNO, Partnership for National Unity, and the Forward Guyana movement, is for the new incoming opposition, Azadi Mohamed and the We Invest in Nationhood Party, to have their own 3 commissioners to represent them, that the We Invest in Nationhood Party MPs can have full confidence in and full trust in. The article also says that the chairman of the GCOM Election Commission, Justice Retired Cladit Singh, she's remained silent on the issue, but has not convened a meeting of the Election Commission in more than 8 months, fueling the controversy. In a letter to Norton, the opposition leader said the local government elections due this year, it's critical to resolve this issue, and I fully understand what Mr. Mohamed is saying, but again, law is law, and most of the cases, Mr. Mohamed, everybody going to use the law to their advantage when it suits and benefits them. So what needs to happen? You guys need to put aside wherever it is that preventing you guys from being able to meet on common ground and discuss strategically how you guys are going to move going forward, because I could promise you guys, without the PPP getting richer and richer and richer, and the ministers getting richer and richer and richer, they love to see you guys disjointed, disunited, and fighting over feckless issues, when the number one issue, the burning issue at the front of the front of you guys' mind should be to rescue Guyana from this wicked cabal of the PPP. You guys are allowing them to increase their wealth and increase the numbers, when you guys should be working on coming together and bringing your supporters together and developing and harnessing a force built on cohesion and built on the fact that the people at the top have managed to put their childish, petty differences to the side and sit together as men and women and as leaders to move this country forward. This is.
We all think that tonight, travelers. Do you agree with the brother Eternity Enterprise? I definitely do, because I think unity or else is more of the same. More the same situations, persons from all ethnicities, persons from all the different regions. Everybody seems to have issues, and a lot of issues are stemming from similar situations, similar things that persons are dealing with on the ground right now as it relates to a lot of strong allegations of corruption. And as we're talking about corruption and a lot that was going on the ground, well, listen, you see when you come into these parts of the world as an immigrant, buddy, and this is the thing what persons don't understand. You see this thing called immigrant, and when you gotta deal with all the hurdles that come along with that, it's not easy, you know. I don't know how much persons would have caught the original video that this brother would have shared when he was highlighting just the amount of things that he had to deal with, just trying to send home some stuff for your family, right? And the type of things that people just do to you when they know that you're an immigrant and they got a little idea about how your paperwork might be. Persons just use these things against you. Why I'm highlighting this is so that persons in Guyana could understand just how rough it is when you got to deal with these terrains in these different parts of the world as an immigrant. All the things what people just gotta face and overcome when they're upon these journeys. Let me hear some of these updates, the most recent updates about what's going on.
This is an updated video where I received back all my money and belongings from Kamala Samaru.
So he get back the money and he get back the belongings, the things them that he would have sent, right? Before, it didn't seem like if that would have been the situation. And it's a good small piece. You understand? Especially when you're working and you're working for next to nothing and you're working off the books and all kind of other situation. We don't know if that's the situation, but there's a whole lot of other things going on. And persons might not be paying you as they should because they realize your foundation that you're dealing with, right? Is a hard task, you know, a hard task. When you gotta navigate these waters as an immigrant boy. Can I tell you?
I am sincerely thankful for the Guyana influencer, TikToker, Mr. Phil, and others like Auntie Rhonda, Jari, Bode, and not forgetting Jesse from England. Jesse, I love you. Continue the good works. I would also like to thank my family, friends, and everyone that go through this difficult time with me. Thank you for the support. Thank you guys very much. Phil, you are an amazing individual. Keep up the good works, bro. Respect. Me and my family, we love you. We are family now. We made this through. Thank you, sir. I want to say one more thing. Regardless your status in this country, even if you are a resident or a citizen, please do not advantage immigrant in this country.
Tell them again.
We are human beings. We should be treated with dignity. Not because you guys are here and we are here. Don't treat us like dog and pigs. Don't steal from us. Don't rob we. Don't underpay we. We should love each other.
Real thing.
Anyway, this woman Kamala, she keep threatening me, keep sending me voice note that she gonna deport me. Let me play the voice note.
Hey, you numbskull. Hey, you asshole. I'm not a fucking green card holder, you jackass. This for you and your whole generation. Your whole crab dog generation. You hungry belly sufferer, you. I'm not a... You stifle your conscience. You hurt your liver for said I'm a U.S. citizen. You crab dog. Hey, you knock about crab dog. Take this and carry it where you want for carry it. I know the rights of this country, and I gonna dance you in this country. I live for sea. If me not send back you a Guyana through Iceman and name come, send this and give all your crab dog them, all your confederators. Well, want make fame out from your money out from you, not a hungry belly like you and all of them. All I that's on the internet is a hungry belly because I them begging on the internet. Fame you want, you go get fame. Take you when the hot water catch you, you can't cool it down.
That's the voice note. Can somebody advise me what to do with her? Thank you. And again,
Y'all hear and see how these things can just be some challenges we just gotta deal with, buddy. You feel as ordinary. You feel as ordinary things you just gotta deal with. You feel as ordinary when a person is gonna be threatening you after they don't take you thing, and you have to go through all of that to get back where you needed from them. Kim, thanks for being a part of the live. Kim is saying good night to Delta 9. Thanks for being a part of the live. And I'm happy to be of service. Definitely going to keep up all the good work over here. Just ask that persons support the platform. A free way by making sure that you subscribe or thumbs up the live, or become a channel member. I'm gonna put back up the barcodes for persons who would like to become a channel member and to support the platform. Kim is saying good night to Delta 9. Thank you for your time and dedication to the show. May God continue to bless you and your family and your team. Thank you very much, Kim, and all the same and even more to you and yours. Thanks for being a part of this live presentation. Thanks for being a frequent traveler over here on Delta 9 Media, right? Desiree's dropping the 9s in the comment section. That means I'm coming through clearly. Big up yourself, Desiree, and thanks for tuning in. Pinky, thanks for being a part of the live, Pinky. Marcia saying Jagdio and Ali get win with AP and you under them. Jandy flag, I'm telling you. It's crazy. It's crazy when you hit it under, right? There we go. The banner is back up on the screen with the hotline number for persons that would like to call in. And guess what? The number is open so that persons can call in. And there's even more updates because recently we would have shared a video where one of our sisters was highlighting the fact that they got some new constructions going on in her area that got a lot of stuff falling in the yard and damaging the roof and damaging the property, and it's becoming hazardous to person's life and limb. And guess what? It got a lot of traction and persons came out. And these are the updates right here.
Several councillors of the Georgia Main City Council are calling for an investigation into a construction project on Cummins Street after residents complained that the site has become a safety hazard due to falling debris. Deputy Mayor Dennis Miller led a team of councillors to the site after complaints of falling debris and possible tampering with the sewage system. City engineer Calvin Venture, who was present, admitted that he did not know whether the property owner had received permission to build.
Because he has started.
This is an approved construction. I would not be able to say. You don't think it was necessary you check before you come out? You know you were coming here. Please. We have to do our research based on information that we have been done. You can't, you have a single window and the council, and I keep telling the council over and over. If you have a single window system, it don't show you who the name of the person, it gives you a number. So you have to go through and to see what lot applies to what. So if the council log on and go on the single window system, and then if he could find that, okay, it is easy as how we say it is, no problem.
And I have a problem with that. You have to actually come out to your house where you can life and limb in danger and get to the bottom of it. Because in this country, in this place of people are dying and we don't have answers. That is what I have a problem with. As any officer, any conscious person wanting to do a fair work for a fair day pay would have been worried about a situation like this and get to the bottom of it.
That admission raised concerns among councillors, with Councillor Leland Saul describing the situation as troubling.
After then, the single window, well, you can see it as a clearinghouse. So, for example, any building in this area, it requires our approval and GWI. For a building like this, I don't know if it's a multi-story residential. I'm not certain what it is, but for residential building and any other building in this area, whether it's commercial, indeed, we at the council, we give the final approval. And because there is a sewer system here, GWI also must give approval to ensure that however your internal plumbing is designed and so on, that the sewer system can accommodate it.
Reports suggest that the site is linked to a well-known city businessman. Councillor Gregory Fraser noted that similar unauthorized construction projects are taking place across Georgetown.
Crazy situation. And remember, recently, there was this situation where a building in Georgetown came crashing down because of the same, allegedly, because of the same code violations, right? They had a lot of problems there. Now, we're hearing about these developments. Let's hope that the right thing is done and no one gets in harm's way because of what's taking place right there. Well, guess what? The Attorney General was highlighting this about the goal.
In particular, in a country that is undergoing the transformation that Guyana was undergoing and is undergoing, because their political leaders were telling them to boycott the program. I remember going into the villages of Buxton, Golden Grove, Nabakalis, Betafawakting, Pleasance, Anns Grove, and holding public meetings to speak to the persons there, to tell them how inimical the advice that they are receiving from their political directorate, how self-destructive following such advice is or was. We explained in the government, and I did it on this program repeatedly. I explained how demonic a political leadership is or was that can tell their supporters not to accept an education. You have to be retarded as a political leader. You have to be demonic. You have to be destructive, not to tell your supporters not to enroll on a free government scholarship program that would result in your education and would result in your certification. We had to go through all of that in this country. Today,
some of the views from some of the issues in the news. One of the most recent installments from the Honorable Attorney General, right? And we're going to hear some more. We're going to hear some more from the Attorney General. Marcia saying PPP ministers and supporters think that they could bully people. I'm telling you. It seems like this with them man they want to do just for real. Rasta Empress, one of our insightful moderators and a frequent traveler right here on Delta 9 Media. Thanks for being a part of the live. She's saying good night to the Delta. Oh, okay, not Delta, to Desiree. Okay, so she's shouting out one of the frequent travelers in the chat. Big up yourself, Desiree. Thanks for being a part of the live. All right.
See Darren Wade graduating. That shows how successful we have been in our efforts to go out there and publicly persuade.
Big up yourself to Honorable Mr. Wade. Right? And the gesture that the Attorney General is highlighting, that he now would be given an endorsement to gold, that might open the door to a lot of other persons now partaking in everything that gold has to offer. Right? But does it mean that in the soon future, or probably in the far future, who knows? Does it mean that we might see Honorable Mr. Wade becoming a part of Team Red, becoming a part of the PPP? What do y'all think? Drop it in the comment section, or definitely call it in. Let's hear some more from the Attorney General. And you know how we do it over here on Delta 9 Media, because we're going to get a chance to hear from Mr. Wade himself.
Not our supporters, but supporters of the opposition, to take advantage of these opportunities that the government is offering. Because their own political leaders were advising them not to take the scholarship. They tried to ridicule the program. They tried to ridicule the universities that were offering the courses of studies. They tried to denigrate and denigrate the universities and the institutions. Today, these persons are graduating in the thousands and by the thousands. And they are now equipped to enter the global market, not only the Guyanese employment market, but the global market. I recall sitting.
Global qualifications. That's the conversation that the Attorney General is highlighting right there. Plus, Mr. Wade is a practicing attorney. So the fact that a person of his caliber would partake in win, not in win, but in gold, I should say, right? Should say a lot about what's going on with everything goal and the qualifications. Maybe there might be some benefit that Mr. Wade can see in making sure that he acquires those qualifications. And I think we're going to figure out what those benefits might be very soon and very shortly. What y'all think about it? Drop it into the comment section or call it in Lieutenant Travelers as we hear some more from the Attorney General.
With Professor Opaday and going through the type of law programs that should be offered, masters in laws, and in what areas of law, and which universities we should look to that are offering these master's programs in law. The particular areas of law that I think would be beneficial structure to meet the scholarship. And these people are still in politics today. And sometimes in my quiet moments, I reflect on what we have to go through in this country, the People's Progressive Party, what we have to go through in our efforts to enlighten all Guyanese.
Telling you heard the views right there from the Attorney General, right? He's highlighting some of the hurdles that they are now having to deal with in trying to get persons to be a part of the program that is for their own good. That's what the Attorney General highlighted right there. And guess what? He was speaking about Honorable Mr. Darren Wade graduating, right?
I am Darren Wade, and I graduated with a Master's of Laws at the University of Liverpool, John Moores. The program that I did is an advocacy-based, a human rights-based program. It is a program that equipped me for Guyana in relation to constitutional and human rights law. And I must say that this Master's is already in use, because when you read in the news or you have seen that Darren Wade have won a case, it's because of this program. A lot of it, this program would contributed to already. So definitely this program has done great for me, and the country is already benefiting from this investment. Education is a great equalizer. For persons like me, of course, I like to tell my story. I was raised by my great-grandmother, or pension or NIS. When I went to law school, a lot of persons pulled in and contributed, you know. But it's a bit easier now. I know that a law program is being established at the University of Guyana, so very soon we don't have to go to the UWDing Law School. And these are only great initiatives that will aid our country, the development of our country.
Get a chance right there to hear from Mr. Wade himself. We heard from the Attorney General. What are your views, Delta 9 travelers? Drop it into the comment section or call it in. Do you think gold is equal to Wade gone red? Yes or no? Do you think that gold is equal to Wade gone red? Yes or no? %75 said yes, 25% said no. It seems like persons believe that, listen, Mr. Wade might be changing his political party soon. Time will tell the tale. And we will be making sure that we update you with all these details on this and so many other headlines right here on Delta 9 Media. Big up to all the travelers right now in the chat. Have you taken a couple of seconds? Check and see, buddy. Almost 500 persons live with us. Check and see if you're subscribed. And if you're not subscribed, hit that subscription button. Why? It costs you nothing, but it will keep you connected with everything trending in Guyana and in the diaspora. Join the team right here on Delta 9 Media.
A butterfly black seed, loaded with antioxidants and essential nutrients for your body's needs. Breathe better, feel better, live healthier. All the benefits of black seed oil without the taste. 8 butterfly black seed capsule.
Big up to all the frequent travelers in the chat right now. And all the travelers that are going to catch this one in the rewind in the future. Thanks for spending some time with us right here on Delta 9 Media. I'm telling you, it's a Wisdom Wednesdays. And we are live with you, Team Delta. We are live. And we're going to get this information coming right now. It's coming in from the doctor himself. Honorable Dr. Todd is going to be giving us some insights, because guess what? It's some trying times in our country, you know, and we're going to get the diagnosis coming in from the doctor. Let me hear these details right now.
Getting questioned. Am I really building this nation by remaining silent? Or am I, by my silence, crippling the longevity, the sustainability, and the profitability of this beautiful nation for future generations because I fail to act? May we allow ourselves to be like Martin Carter and say to ourselves, I will not die. I will not die. The work that I will do, the work that I will begin to do, and this is a clear call for Guyanese in all across our land, in all across the diaspora. This is a call for Guyanese. Once you have the Guyanese blood which runs through your vein, I want you to begin to say, I cannot remain silent. I have to get up and contribute to this nation. You cannot die. And as the poet says of Resistance by Martin Carter, you don't see the day. You're working towards seeing a better day in Guyana. If you don't see the day, your son will, your daughter will. And if they don't see it, their children will. And it will come around like a circle of fire. And when it comes around, you will laugh. Why? Because you will come alive. It means that the work that you have put in the ground, what you have been doing, will live. And that is what we talk about when we talk about standing for something. That is what we talk about. Too many Guyanese across this beautiful land have become too sheepish, have become too intimidated, have become too silent, and have allowed too much of nonsense to be taking place in our society. Too many Guyanese. When I started first line or front line politics, one of the things that hit me like a ton of brick is the fact that politicians do stand alone. And when I recognize, and I want to start my first discussion on the issue of recognizing those people who have remained in politics for over 5 years, 10 years, 20 years, 30 years. I recall and I stand in contribution and in acknowledgement and respect to our comrade leader, Comrade Aubrey Compton Norton. That man must be commended for being and staying in politics for so many years. It is not easy. It is not easy fighting. And while some of you think that he has not and is not doing a good job, others equally are doing. The stamina, the work, and the contribution is worth something. Everybody putting their hands to the wheel is worth something. And so while you talk about what has not been done and what the leader is not doing, why don't you stand up and say to yourself, I will join in fighting. Some of you stay on the sidelines and have become the most vocal critic while doing nothing. And some of you have said, I will stay on the sidelines and I will say nothing. So I'm contributing. Both sides, if you put them together, you can come to the same conclusion that you are not contributing to the development of this country. You are not working to ensure that there is betterment in this country. Why don't you change your posture? Why don't you change your language? Why don't you stop saying it ain't happening, it cannot? Why don't you say, I don't like this, I don't like the leader face, I don't like the leader drinking, I don't like the leader this, I don't like, oh my gosh. Why don't you stop I don't like? And why don't you fit yourself in the bracket of I am a servant of this country and therefore I will come and make myself available to serve? It's a different mindset.
There's we saying no unity whatsoever. I'm telling you. Kim, thanks for donating to the channel and thanks for being a supporter to independent media, right? Big up yourself every single time, and thanks for being a frequent traveler right here on Delta 9 Media. Thanks to all the persons who take time out to support the channel every single time. We appreciate you. Rasta Empress is saying Mr. Wade going red was long time coming. I'm telling you, like, person don't peep the card. I know, man. I know. Because we hear a lot of persons saying that they left to go and partake in some studies. The other persons that would have said that they leave out from the party to go and partake in some studies, and then when they come back, we see like what they was studying, like they were studying to left the party, it seems. But guess what? Time can tell the tale. Marcia is saying Mr. Norton and Mr. Mohamed need to come together for Guyanese people. PPP killed out a lot of black people 2004 and 2014. People forgotten those days. I'm telling you, nobody that would have lived through them days. It's hard to forget it because trust me, it's unlike any other time that persons would have had to deal with certain things like that in Guyana. Marcia said, I am APNU, win, lose, or draw. Big up yourself, Marcia. Big up the whole team green right now in the chat. Rasta Empress is wondering, why is it so hard for our politicians to unite for the better of Guyana? This is what I want to know. Why is it such a challenge? You know, I guess it's probably because they might have to share this power and authority that these positions would offer. This dog and the bone system need to be gone. It's one Guyana they say, right? That's what they say, but that's not what we see. We see mostly one set of persons benefiting and another set of persons always got to be highlighting different levels of oppression. Big up to all the travelers right now in the chat. Everybody dropping these insightful comments into the comment section, making this live presentation what it is. Let's hear some more from the Honorable Dr. Todd.
It's a different mindset. You don't have to be in frontline politics to serve. I am not saying that every single individual must be in politics, but you must be a servant of your country. And therefore, you as a stroke, a shareholder, you must take on a responsibility for steering this country in the way it should go. Therefore, I have come to the most important point in this regard, in saying, why do you sit by and allow so many injustices to be happening in this country? Why is it when you see injustices happening in all courts and all corners, why is it that some of you are afraid to come out? Why? Why is it that you think that because of the fact that you want to secure your job, you want to ensure that the PPP, they don't come after you, so you say nothing? How can you live a progressive life? How can you develop your country like that? Why not stand up against them and to say, listen, me standing up for my rights, me standing up for my country is not only about me, it is about the generations that I am now in this present times taking a stand so that they can benefit. Have you not recognized how far indebted Guyana is? Have you not recognized that if you have 100% profit in your own minerals in this country, you might very well only benefit from a meager 3 or 2? Have you not recognized that Guyana, which is proclaimed to be such a blessed nation, where the riches and the resources of this country are boundless? We are a chaste country, but still remain one of the poorest countries in the hemisphere.
Crazy when we think about it. Very, very crazy when we think about it. Big up to the Honorable Dr. Todd. Greetings, you're on to Delta 9 Media Live.
Timeless. reacting to what's his name is saying there, this guy. You know, he is right. People need to stand up, but I don't know. You know, just the other day there was a guy named Jermaine Gentle.
Yeah.
He is part of the PPP, and he tried to stand up for some stuff, and he ended up in the lockups. I don't know if you saw that story.
That's crazy. For highlighting
Yes,
something in a group.
Yeah. Yes. Jermaine, there's some situation going on over the river where they're saying there's some house where there's a bunch of young girls and underage girls and stuff like that, and he was trying to stand up or try to expose that stuff, and he ended up in the lockup, right?
It's crazy.
Yeah, what's his name? Forget the what's his guy here? I forgot his name right now. I'm saying it. He was there. He was talking about this whole stuff. So the people are scared, and now even when you do stand up, you get victimized.
Yeah.
I mean, once you end up in jail or you end up in the lockups, I mean, who stands up for you? Who is there for you, right?
Yeah.
It's a terrible situation in that country. I'm telling you some of the things. You know, and with Darren Wade, I think he is slowly. I saw recently he was at a wedding with Irfan Ali, and you can see body language, right?
Yeah.
You can see stuff. So I think he's drifting slowly, or he's gone already. So you know. So with all these things happening, I mean, I understand what this guy is saying. You know, but I don't know how this is going to start and who is going to start and how it all. The same thing. I mean, Amanda goes on Facebook and she speaks very well. She says a lot of stuff, but but nobody seems to be grasping or catching on and said, let's all come together. I mean, these guys right now, look at Mohamed and Norton. They're fighting over who is going to whatever. In the meantime, the PPP is doing what they want to do. I mean, there's so much stuff. I mean, I saw this guy, what's his name? Devin Singh spoke about so many stuff, and which I don't see any politicians picking up on it or checking into it. If a lot of stuff, this guy said a lot of stuff. I mean, he's speaking about the Chinese influence in Guyana, the power the Chinese have. I don't see anybody jumping on that. You know, that whole gas to shore stuff now, I saw they're saying there's a Venezuelan connection where some money and loans and stuff came through, whatever.
Wow.
I don't see any politicians really picking up on that. You know, then last week I saw, what's his name? Again, he was at, there's, DK and a company called Jobs Aviation. They were launching like 4 new planes. Right?
Yeah.
You know, and I remember I mentioned to you, you see that same new airstrip they've built in wherever. I mean, these guys now, they're the one who have the monopoly in all of those things. I mean, Irfan Ali went on thing and he was saying that airfare is going to reduce and stuff like that. But then people are saying no airfare is reduced. Nothing went up.
Well, it's hard for you to have that as a thing when you think about it, because right now in the world, everything is going up. So how would it be that in Guyana, where cost of living is so much on the rise, that you would have a thing like airfare just suddenly on the decline? That would seem kind of weird. It seems like if it was a no stones unturned promise.
Well, exactly. I mean, you know, same thing. Also, that building situation there, I saw you were highlighting a thing with that building.
Yeah.
These guys seems to be building without, you know, permit, or they're going beyond. But again, I mean, there seems to be no rules and regulation, and nobody follows, and people just do what they want to do in that country, right? I know one building that collapsed was Buddies. I think they were saying Buddies is the one that was part of his building.
Allegedly, who really knows with that? But let's see how that turns out. If anything if anything comes out with this building, because is a number of persons that are living around where this is going on would have been highlighting it. And I'm happy that even, they would have gotten some amount of assistance with dealing with the situation, because it looked like if the persons that was working there wasn't paying them no mind, just walking past them and continuing on their work while they even making the video,
Right. There seems to be no health and safety regulation. I mean, people don't care about people's health. They don't care about people's safety. What is the Ministry of Labor doing about all these things? I mean, right?
Yeah.
Then also even allegedly, this is not legit. I thought Buddies is now building a mall in Enmore, like a mall. He's doing like a mall in Enmore, right?
Wow.
I mean, here's a guy who had a questionable incident, and he's gone bigger now, right? I mean, allegedly an incident happened at his, whatever he was doing. He is now building a mall. Then I see sheriffs also, sheriff who has had all these incidents. Sheriff is building a mall in Barbados, right? So if you look at all these things that's happening and who are the beneficiaries of these stuff, like, it leaves a lot of question, man. Right?
A whole lot of
also,
questions.
Parks. I mean, I saw, what's his name, they're saying, Irfan Ali wife, she's building all these parks and doing this. But, are those, nobody checked at the end the cost of those, that they're not being built with her money and it's being built with the money from the Guyanese, from Guyana, right?
Yeah.
And they take all the credit for all of these things, right?
Yeah.
And a lot of those, if you check all those parks, all of this stuff is being supplied by the Chinese. So the Chinese is getting a piece of the action also, right? So much stuff that's happening. And if the opposition, they're still trying to get themselves together, fighting over commissioners, then we are not going anywhere. I'm telling you.
More the same. Unity or else, right?
Exactly. Also, that loan, that $3 million loan, they're saying they're going to give. That thing is going to be a trap. Once you take that loan, you got to be loyal to the PPP again, right? You got to pledge your loyalty. You get that loan, it's like you're pledging your loyalty to these people. So that's how.
Let's get into this conversation that's going on with this book. Is the book versus the reality on the ground. The book versus what persons are analyzing and sharing from what would have occurred in their own childhood. Analyzing actual history and actual historic accounts coming from persons that were on the ground versus what is being presented in this book. We're going to get to understand some of these details right now because it's important. Because when these books come out and they make their journey around the globe, and persons start to analyze what's going on within those pages, they might believe some or most of what is there. And it's good when we can understand if it's a fictional work or if it is written from actual accounts. Let's hear.
Cruel, indiscriminate killing of a large number. We are hearing you.
Yeah.
But let's revisit by definition here. For Mr. Norton to have his chance to speak. This is what Merriam-Webster describes the dictionary a massacre to be. A violent, cruel, indiscriminate killing of a large number of helpless or unresisting people. So there's no fight here. The term emphasizes the vulnerability of the victims and the brutality of the act. Mr. Norton, you can pick up on this, please, because that's where you were heard last.
Look, my contention is that there were disturbances all across the country. For you to select Linden and describe it as a massacre is disingenuous. I do not believe not one person should have been killed, whether Indo or Afro. The whole disturbances, in my opinion, is a scar on the Guyanese society. Where my objection comes is when you had disturbances in the country in which African Guyanese were uprooted from Lenora. Right. Many ended up in Virgin Nugent. Zeeburg, all of them had African Guyanese. They were uprooted and moved to other communities. The same is true on the East Coast. The same is true on the quarantine. Mm-hmm. But you select Linden for condemnation to make Lindeners into the cruelest people in the country, and forgetting that more Lindeners died when you included Son Chapman in the disturbances than what you are describing as a massacre. My contention is, yes, there were disturbances, there were traumas. My contention is that there was no innocent race. Africans did things, Indo-Guyanese did things. But I cannot stand by as a Lindener who went in class with the Carrel son, who was in class with Jewel Dublin, both of whom mother perished in the Son Chapman. Mm-hmm. So when you talk about trauma, we were at school when this happened. The 6th of July was my birthday. When the police came and stopped a children's birthday party at 36 Choate Path, and we heard of the bombing of the Son Chapman. And then as a people, you were experiencing bodies come floating in the Demerara River. Yeah. And you arbitrarily decided that Wisma, where a maximum of 8 people were killed, is a massacre. And that is what I call nonsense, not the whole tragedy. When I say it is nonsense to call Wisma a massacre, but refuse to see the Son Chapman as a massacre, but refuses to see all the atrocities that occurred on the coast as massacre.
Calling a spade a spade. We're hearing insights coming from the Honorable Mr. Norton. Big up yourself to Mr. London as well, who's on the live, and Mr. Stephen Raw giving the insights from his most recent book that he would have put out, right?
Criticism has been you cannot isolate Wisma and call it a massacre outside of the context of the wider disturbances in the country. Why would you call Wisma a massacre when the Abraham family, eight of them were burned to death? The only two saved weren't there at the time. You wouldn't mention that. You wouldn't call it a massacre, but you selectively decided that what occurred in Linden is a massacre. And then you are not even willing to accept that many African Guyanese took Indo-Guyanese into their homes and protected them. And I can vouch for that. So when you come down this road of a massacre, I think what you're seeking to do is to paint Linden and Lindeners and African Guyanese as this cruel set of people who killed Indians in mass. And then when you confront the theory of the numbers, you now resort to saying, and this was written by Vishnu Bishram, I responded to him, I'm waiting to his response, that 3,000 people were forced out of Linden. Now, again, this is nonsense. The total population of Indo-Guyanese in Linden at the time, as recorded by the Commission of Inquiry, was 3,000. The PPP sent 2 boats to take Indo-Guyanese out of Linden. Each of the boat had a maximum of capacity of 250 persons. I said, look, let us double it. Let us call it 500. It meant that 1,000 people maximum were evacuated. You fail to recognize that in the report, the inquiry said that many Lindeners stayed. And if there was this ridiculous situation that you're talking about, why did they return after July 7th? One argument is they had their jobs in the bauxite company, and so they returned. Some didn't, some did. But which people are terrified that you can kill all of them out? Well, a few days after the so-called massacre, return to Linden. It doesn't make...
The maths just in mathsing, and persons are analyzing and confronting the information in the book. It's the book versus the reality and the narrative that some persons are allegedly trying to present. Now, we're going to get some more insights coming in from persons on what's going on in this most recent script. As you can see from the thumbnail, the president as well would have been a part of celebrating this work. So it's a very popular book that just came out, and even Dr. Hines was sharing his views on it, and we're going to get these insights right now because we're trying to analyze what's going on with this very popular piece of literature that could cause persons to look at a particular ethnicity in a way, when you put us or brand a particular event as a massacre, right?
By Africans. Love the boat and these Africans died. So he's saying those Africans weren't killed by Indians. So here you are, you're talking about Wisma, and you were saying these people were massacred by Africans. And how do I know that? Because the victims of the massacre said so. And they tell their story. But when it comes to the same kind of violence against the opposite group in the same place, you are saying that, I'm not sure. I'm not sure. Those African victims and their families and friends and community members, they're saying that the explosives that blew up Son Chapman were put there by PPP activists. But you don't believe them. But you are believing the Indians who are saying that they were chased out by Africans. So you see, I have a problem with that. Yes, the Indians were chased out by Africans. They were. But the explosives that blew up the Son Chapman were put there by PPP supporters, likely Indians. And what you have is action and reaction. What they're calling the Wisma Massacre is a reaction to what happened before. And so I think Betoram, like I said, I support the work. I think stories have to be told. But you have to be very careful in that when you tell the stories, you're not creating the notion of victimhood.
Yeah.
And the notion of a guilty race.
Mm-hmm.
If you look at Linden, Son Chapman, Wisma, it is clear that no race is guilty, both races engaged in violence against the other. But I don't think that is the methodology Betoram is using. And that's where you get into trouble. That's where you get into trouble. And so you have the response from Aubrey Norton, who has put his enormous reputation, his office as leader of one of the major parties in the country. He has used that in order to tell the story from the opposite side. And Sharon Solomon himself, a heavyweight player in Linden, if not nationally, has also put his reputation there. And I think in the coming days, we are going to see that kind of sparring. Like I said, my position is that there is no guilty race. I acknowledge from everything that I've read and studied and heard that between 1961 and 1964, both races were aggressive against the other violently. I live in Buxton.
Trying times.
Some Indian members of the village were displaced. They had to leave. My neighbor, our neighbor, I remember, small boy, I would have been about 4 years old in 1964, although Freddie Kissoon had a few years on me. I noticed in the paper, I'm in my early 70s. He's in his early 70s. And you know, when you see people gossip too much, what does one age have to do with what he was saying? But anyhow, that's besides the point. I was a little boy. And I remember it was after the series You heard that these people were killed at the back dam, and they brought the bodies out. And I remember well, and you know, our neighbors had to flee. Although they were Indian members of the community there, Buxton, who did not flee. In fact, they were protected. I know the Rupchans, the Chandabans, and other Indian families who were not chased out. They did not leave, and some of them were protected. But I remember my neighbors had to leave, and then they ended up exchanging homes because an African family, I think from Annandale, came to live next door to us. They moved into the Indians who had fled, moved into.
Crazy times. But remember right here on this channel, right? We would have highlighted what went down in 1945. 1945 in India, the Great Separation. When a person stayed in a whole different part of the world and drew a line separating India into parts, right? The India that we know now into parts, where you had Pakistan and then the India that we call India right now. And it created havoc, causing problems. A number of persons were unalived, right? It seems like if it was a similar situation that would have taken place around that time. And guess what? It's under the same colonial rule. Now, I don't know what you are seeing, but when you put one and one together, it's always two. And if it's the same colonial rule, and then you got the same kind of divide and rule situation going on, then one might want to conclude that somebody might be pitting these two races against each other, just like back in the days in 1945, when that split would have occurred. They were pitting those two religions against each other. That still create that split, and that split is going on till a day like today. Yeah, I'm telling you. Big up to all the travelers that are live with us right now. Thanks for tuning in and being a part of this live presentation and for making this live what it is. Remember, this live is nothing without you, the viewers. So make sure that you are subscribed and a part of the team. Right? We're on our journey right now to a very, very big milestone. And guess what? With all that we see going down right now in the Strait of Hormuz, everything that's going on in Iran, and all of that, we hear in this conversation that they are about to be granted reparations for this number of days that the war and other things would have been causing all of this havoc in their land. Let's get some of these international headlines. I'm telling you, it's an international digital connection. So we got to make sure that we connect with all the geopolitics, with the things that's going to move the globe, even though it's not located in our location, on our side, in our part of the globe, right? Let me hear what's going on right now in the U.S. with this.
The ending the war with Iran, holding a news conference there in France as the G7 wrapped up. At one point, Trump saying the agreement is not final and that if Iran doesn't act right, the bombs will fall once again. Scripner's White House correspondent Jacob Garden-Schwartz is tracking it all for us. And Jacob, you were on the call with senior U.S. officials breaking down the deal. Help us understand what it does, especially when it comes to the issue of money.
Good afternoon, Del. Well, as the president was giving that press conference, senior U.S. officials were briefing reporters on a phone call, reading to us the exact text of the agreement verbatim and helping answer some of our questions about what it does and doesn't do. This, of course, comes after days of obfuscation from the White House about those specific details, despite leaks both in American and Iranian press about that. Now we have at least some more details. I'll note, however, that there are still a number of important factors that are yet to be hashed out in future negotiations. Well, let's break down first to start what this deal does do immediately upon signing. As we've been reporting for the past several weeks now, it does extend the ceasefire on all fronts. That's including Lebanon, of course, significant given Israel's continued military campaign against Hezbollah there, for a time period of at least 60 days while those ongoing negotiations continue. As that is happening, the U.S. will immediately begin to lift its naval blockade of Iranian ports, something that is said to be completed within 30 days. And Iran, meanwhile, will begin to help ensure the Strait of Hormuz is safe for commercial transport. That means minesweeping efforts, other things necessary to ensure tankers can make their way safely through there. They are also committing not to charge any tolls for transiting ships during that 60-day period while those negotiations continue. Now, officials stressing again, as we've been told over and over, that this will be proportional. The naval blockade will be eased as Iran takes its steps to open up shipping through the Strait of Hormuz. One will not happen without the other. Perhaps most importantly, when it comes to the issue of money, the U.S. will immediately issue sanctions waivers to Iran to allow Iran to sell its sanctioned oil. This, of course, would be quite a financial windfall for Iran. Indeed, something I pressed senior U.S. officials on that call about, one official telling us that this is not something that would be significantly benefit to Iran, only what they described as in the single-digit billions of dollars, and something that's, quote, not significant in the scheme of things. Of course, Iranian officials likely to tout this as a major win on their side. That's at least what we do know about the deal so far. Again, many additional details still to be worked out in subsequent negotiations. Del?
So, Jacob, tell us about those details, the other factors that still need to be worked out in subsequent negotiations.
Telling you, the details coming in from this solution that persons are crafting right now to make sure that there's a ceasefire, that there's some kind of peace in that area, and it brings a remedy to the Strait of Hormuz being closed and all of the problems that that's causing all over the globe, right? And we're hearing one of these developments is that there's going to be 30 or 33, I could be corrected, but billions of dollars to be paid in reparations, and a lot of persons are definitely talking about it, especially you know who, because we're looking at saying, but wait, Iran is about to get 30 something billion. But what happened to black people who, for years and years, trying to lobby for reparations for open slavery that would have went down for generations, right? For generations, and persons are still feeling the impact of that particular industry. What's going on with the reparations for that, right? Definitely a lot of questions to be asked and a whole lot of developments coming in with these new deals that are being crafted so that we can have some amount of peace or some semblance of peace moving forward for the rest of this year, right? Marcia says she do not like the Attorney General. Lie, like when rain falling. I'm telling you, it's crazy. Rasta Empress is saying, I think the philosophy of race hate come from some of our politicians instead of we getting to the nitty-gritty of Guyanese issues and work to change the narrative of Indians and blacks. We are one blood. Powerful point. I'm going to read that last part there again for them to get the emphasis of what's being stated right here. We are one blood. It's time that we realize, and it's time that we wake up and see that somebody's pitting me against one another. Somebody pitting me against one another, right? And benefiting from the divide and rule. Because guess what?
India used to be called, long time ago, Eastern Ethiopia. Everybody knows that, right? No? Yes. Okay. Yes. Yes. You also probably heard there is a big river in India called Ganges. Okay. To be frank, till 2 years back, I did not know what the meaning of the word Ganges. I simply know Ganges is Ganges. Do you know the name Ganges is one of the strongest and famous emperors of Ethiopia? That's right. Do you think some crazy Aryans would name a big river in India after an African emperor? Would not. Simple logic says that.
Powerful point. And you know what? It's Wisdom Wednesdays. So by right, we got to take this connection to a whole different level as we analyze some of these esoterics right here on Delta 9 Media. Important that we understand these things right here. Very, very important.
You can respect them lost folks all you want, because all y'all just lost. That disrespectful African title was not even made up until the 1700s. So my ancestors actually precede that entire African title. And then if you really knew true history and you know those colonizers, then you know that they stripped all of us indigenous people throughout the earth of our tribal identities, and they slapped that disrespectful African title on us. That's not who we are. And then as far as the Gullah Geechee people are concerned, they speak Creole. Is that correct? Okay, Creole does not come from Africa. It comes from America. It comes from Haiti, which is Haiti, which extended all the way up through the United States and into Louisiana, which was actually connected to, and all those people were Creole people. Not only that, but even the people in the islands, in the Bahamas, Barbados, Belize, they speak Creole even today. The people who are the Gullah today in Sierra Leone and throughout West Africa, they all came together as one, and even the Jamaicans and the Igbo people, they all merged their languages together, including the Akan people who were in the ancient kingdom of Ghana, which was in the United States and also in South America. And all these people lived amongst each other, and they called their language Sea Island Creole. These very people were picked up in the slave trade, and they were sent to Sierra Leone, which is the Windward and Rice Coast. Their journey started out in Charlestown, which is Charleston, Carolina today. And there was an outbreak of smallpox in Africa. And they were basically saying they have not had any contact with the people with smallpox from their own country. Charleston, South Carolina is where they started out. And the name of their ship was Bunce Island, where the ship's vessel began. You see Savannah, you also see London, because our people were taken from Europe as well, where they were purchased, enslaved from the Americas. And here's Bunce Island right here. It also says Bance Island. Sierra Leone, this is where they were dropped off. This is the year the vessels picked them up from America and sent them to Africa. I can speak on it because these are my relatives that were picked up in the slave trade and sent to Africa. These were Native American people, and the colonizers came to their town in the United States. In South Carolina, these are my people's tribes, Native American. This is the town my people were from in America, Indiantown, South Carolina. And you can see here again clearly, they were Native American tribes. Now, we don't call ourselves Native Americans today because the government appointed other people to be the native. This is one of my relatives, and as you can see, they are from Indiantown, Williamsburg, South Carolina. These are some of the people that are in West Africa today who were picked up on that voyage I showed you proof of. People in the Americas did not come from Africa. We came from the Americas, and we were sent to Africa, as I just showed you. Sir, you can respect them lost folks all you want, because all y'all just lost. That disrespectful African title was not even made up until the 1700s. So my ancestors actually precede.
Wisdom Wednesdays right here on Delta 9 Media. Big up to all the travelers right now in the chat, all the frequent travelers, all the moderators, everybody who call in, everybody who drop insightful comments into the comment section, everybody who take time out to make this live presentation what it is. Thank you for being a part of this live with us right here on Delta 9 Media. I want to thank all those who's going to catch this in the rewind in the future. Big up yourself, and thanks for spending some time with us as well here on the platform, right? The flight has landed, Delta 9 travelers. We would have landed right here almost 2 hours and 10 minutes live international digital connection, connecting all the headlines globally and locally. Big up to all the supporters. Big up to everyone that subscribed. Are you subscribed already? Check and see, buddy. It don't cost you nothing to hit that subscription button and make sure that you are staying connected with everything that is trending in Guyana and globally, and you're a part of the Delta 9 team. Would you like to become a channel member? Then look, the barcode is right at the top of the screen, or you can navigate to the bottom of the page, get to the same page anyway, and become a channel member. And that's your way of supporting Delta 9 Media, supporting independent media, bringing you all of these headlines in a neutral manner. Why? Because we are supported by the people, for the people. Big up to all the travelers, all the frequent travelers, all new persons that are going to see this. Make sure that you're a part of the team. Thumbs up the live and subscribe as well. One love, and I will catch you in the next live presentation or pre-recorded video. Thanks for being a part of this live and for making it what it is once again from the entire Delta 9 Media team.